Yeah, man. So I went to the doctor the other day, and he walked in the room, and he was just like, "Well, you're gonna have to stop masturbating." Just like, yeah. I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "I was like, is it harmful for my health?" He's like, "No, I need to start my examination."
Oh man, dude. The one I thought you were going was the one where the doctor comes in and he's like doing a physical exam on somebody, and he comes in and he's like, "All right, Jake, don't get a boner this time, all right? I'll be real quick in and out." And then the guy that's on the table goes, "My name's Jeff." He goes, "Yeah, I'm Jake." So it was like that shit, like, oh man, that's so funny.
So I was like, "Hey, what up, everybody? I'm Mity 80.
Oh yeah, we're recording. And I'm Chief.
And we are the ADHDads. Yeah, welcome in. We are two dads with ADHD, and we just want to talk about it. Well, not really about it. I don't think we ever really bring it up.
It's everything else but it. That's really kind of what we do.
You know, we use the, what is it, avoidance. We just, kind of steer clear.
Yeah. That was one thing I told my mom that my dad has is, what is it? It's that something defiance disorder or whatever. So like my dad, anytime my mom goes, "Will you please do something? Like do this." Or like, "Can you fix this?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll do it when I'm good and ready." He'll never do it. But it's one of those. Ready. But it's the same thing. Like I have it too a little bit. Like, say you're getting ready. You got a bucket full of water and a brush, and you're walking towards the floor or something to do it. And she goes, "Oh, you know what? I think you should clean the floors." Drop it immediately. I'm never doing that because you told me to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
often.
I'm the same way though. I'm one of those who's like, don't tell me to do it, I'll do it. Kind of like when I'm good and ready, and then what happens is like there'll be like one Sunday every like 3 weeks where I just wake up and I'm like, I'm so tired of this, and then I just do everything.
Yeah.
But it's like everything on that checklist that you said was going to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to do that, and that's going to take at least 4 hours. It's done in like 12
minutes. Well, like
minutes.
we obsess about it, right? So you're like, "Hey, tomorrow I'm off doing this. Like, I got to get this done. This is getting done." Like you're doing a checklist. Like, if I do this, we can run here. We can get this. You're doing that whole thing in your brain all day. And then she's like, "Hey, you know what we should do today? We should finish up this thing." And I was like, "I already have a fucking plan for it."
Nope, not doing it now.
Goes, "Oh, what are you going to do?" I go, "No, not doing it anymore."
Well, the other thing too is I think maybe the fact that we don't just jump in and do it right away also helps, right? Because I'm definitely more of a doer, right? Like I see a problem and I'm like, I jump in, I'm do it. But I think, hang on, let me get this thought out. Hang on.
No, I see.
So I think that the fact that like we see it and we stress over it, like say like I said, once every 3 weeks, and I'm just like, boom, we got to get this done. I've had 3 weeks of thinking about it every day to where my brain has optimized the fact that, hey, I can jump in now and be like, boom, boom, in the fastest amount of time versus spending the 4 hours initially that you quoted me for this project. I'm done now in 14 minutes.
I think the biggest thing you said is optimize the most efficient way to do it. How long it's going to take, what you're going to do, what's, any things that could come up. You have, you're able to solve those conditions. But yeah, I mean, same, dude. That's exactly what it is. But like I thought you were going to go into too is like, I'm kind of both though. Like if I see an issue, I'll go fix that issue right now. Like when it comes to like minor things, right? So like if things are like, if the kitchen's messy, like the ketchup's left out or something like that, it's like, just put it back. But then that's another thing is like, put it away. Don't put it down, put it back. Don't put it down, put it back. I think
my brain categorizes it though as like immediate, like life-threatening need to fix, or,
if this blind to laundry.
If this doesn't happen, like nobody will be hurt. But if it gets done, it'll be nice, right? And so my brain... So yeah, food leaving out that could spoil, immediate. Got to get it done. We will all die if somebody eats a bad pickle. You know what I'm saying? Like, see it,
would be
throw
very
it in
hard
there.
to do, but But no,
but you get what I'm saying.
No,
like,
because you feel the same way.
The prioritization of
it might as well be raw chicken sitting there with flies. Literally,
yep. And then I'm gonna cook it.
Yep.
Right. Exactly. Yep. So yeah, you get it.
But yeah, and Mel just doesn't have that. Like I'll go out and she'll leave like strawberries on the counter for 6 hours. I'm like, why can't you just put that away? I'm like, you went in to get other things after you were done with these. Bring it with you. Like, I know I've ripped on there before for that, but she just fucking
No, it's one of those. It's
can't
the
figure
same
it
thing.
out.
You know, like the trash is right underneath the countertop where you set it. Like just open the
You
drawer
don't even
and
have to grab it again. Just
yeah, you don't even have to.
cat
Yeah, you
scoot
can
it
just
off.
you know.
Make a noise.
But anyways, guys, we're not here to rag on our wives too much, you know. But we do have new mics. Well, kind of new mics.
Kinda, yeah.
These are the ones that we used at Chief's house in that garage episode for Memorial Day that got posted the month later. So don't ask questions, just accept and be happy that it's online for you guys to listen to. You know,
Yes.
I think that you know. But anyways, so we're trying out the new mics. We're gonna test them out. We're gonna check the quality. So if you guys have any issues or you think it sounds bad or concerns, definitely let us know, like in the comments. Or I know people who listen to us, they know us, so just shoot me a text or Chief a text or reach out. Let us know, because you can't fix a problem you don't know about. I'm a big proponent about that, right? Like if something's bugging me but I don't tell anybody, nobody can fix it because nobody knows but me, right? So you can't fix a problem you don't know about. So if you guys are having issues with the mics or you don't think they sound good or you think we can tweak something a little, let us know, But yeah, otherwise, what's going on, man? Just had 4th of
Nothing.
July.
Yeah. I don't know. Whenever this episode comes out, the last one, I was really high. So I apologize.
I almost lost my beer.
So I apologize for the podcast. I had too many. It was just one drink, but I had way too many, I guess. As soon as we got done, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I just
he was
talked
like
about the whole time.
He looks at me and goes, God, that sucked.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But we're back here. I only had half of one today, so we're good. Trying to supplement, drink beer a little less. Obviously, we're having a couple today. It's
That's
4th of July weekend,
Yeah,
so we're having a few. But yeah, trying to, like, during the week. Again, trying to get. I've kind of stayed up late and slept in all weekend to just kind of get the extra sleep I needed, whatever. And I think we're hitting the ground running for sure. Tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. I've been drinking a little bit less, and I've been telling you about it too. But every time I think about drinking, I just go out for a run. I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks. So we've actually put about 87 miles in.
Yeah. Since Friday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I come home and I'm just like, oh man, I could use a beer. I'll go run a mile.
You come in, you're like, you know what tastes really good? A beer. Fuck. Right back outside.
But no, I'm actually I have been running more. I actually just got my first pair of like official running shoes.
Ooh.
So
what'd you get?
I think Brooks is the name. Yep.
Yep.
So, and they were pricey, but thank
Brooks
you.
And Haka.
I want to say thank you because
you're welcome.
I got them at Dick's Sporting Goods.
I don't know what it is, but you're welcome.
Well, I got a gift card for. I want to say, was it my birthday? Last year,
back in December.
Yeah. And I just hadn't used it yet, and finally I was just like, I'm going to Dick's. Well,
do that or Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. It was. I don't know.
They got your headphones too.
I use those all the time.
I don't remember which ones those were for.
I think these were for Christmas because you said you had to go back and get gifts after you saw what we got your family. I think is what it was. Because you were like,
what'd you get us?
I don't remember. Was it? I don't remember.
I don't know either. Anyway, sorry.
Regardless,
I keep derailing. My bad.
No, it's okay. It happens. But yeah, so I use the headphones all the time. But yeah, so I used the gift card that you had gotten me. Plus, I found 2 other gift cards for Dick's Sporting Goods, so I didn't have to pay a penny.
Hell yeah, dude!
For my new running shoes.
I remember that. I remember that specific because I wanted you to get a pair of shoes.
Well, you said to use it on anything I wanted.
Yes.
Not my kids, not...
And I think I referenced shoes because I was like, you got to get a good shoe. I'm not a shoe
I don't think
guy.
it was for shoes because I wasn't running in December.
No, I know, but you wanted to work out. And I was like...
Yeah, well, you got it for... You said to use it for me. You've got to be kidding me, dude.
Every time.
It's like being in a movie theater. Mute your damn phones.
We're at the Alamo. Get out.
I'm just kidding. But no, you told me you wanted me to get something for me, so I did. I spoiled myself a bit. And yeah, I was going to get a tank top too, but I was like, oh, $40, $50 for a tank top? No thanks.
Dude, these right here. And they're not like amazing, If you have a more fit body, they look better on you. But these 3-pack, or I got a 5-pack, for like $25.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I need.
And that's all you need.
I don't
you just
need
need something to put on to run. It's not.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I mean,
but I have been running, dude. I'm
I know.
like I said, we've been running. I've been sending you my stuff. We've been going 3 or 4 times a week. Brienne even bought me some like braces for my knee because my knees have been hurting. So I got these little like they go under here. I guess they keep the patella tendon or whatever. I don't understand how they work.
Bursitis.
But it seems like they. You know,
Yeah.
I'm all right. You know, it doesn't hurt too bad. Mm-hmm. Wearing them, so I wore them. I look like an official runner out there, dude.
Yeah,
looks kind of
that's
cool.
good, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think that's what. Because of course you mentioned you have been sending the running. You've been doing a great job at it. It's awesome.
Thanks, man.
It's awesome to see it. And like I look at it every time, and then like I'll work out, but I'm just doing my regular resistance training program. I'm not running.
Mm-hmm.
I should definitely start running because I want to do that 5K with you this year. But I think just getting back in the swing with my Achilles has just been. It's just like this looming thing that I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm just scared. I think it's fine.
It's just one of those things. Like,
but I don't know.
You know, if you're dinking around and fall off a roof, well, you're going to be a little bit more timid to get back up on that roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you tore your Achilles, and you're just like, oh.
But it's like, yeah, you spend your whole life running and stuff, and then it's like I want to just get back into it. So,
and then also in our heads, we're still
prime,
yeah, like
absolute
18, 19, dude, 20 years old.
Dude, I'm still
in
running
my head
4.540.
Like nobody's stopping me.
Yeah.
I can run through brick walls, and then I get out there and I start running, and a quarter of a mile in, I'm like, I hate running. Why am I doing this?
You shit yourself and walk home. You're like, what the hell? No, I
blame the dog.
Well, that's a good segue into the running piece. Is Mel, and dude, you saw like 3% of it with her like ready to do this, like her excitement for it and stuff. She has been talking nonstop for the last time is it probably 18 hours. It's all she's done.
So did she just sign up for it yesterday then? Or?
No, so it's not out yet. So she's gonna run the Grandma's Marathon, and so it'll come out, I guess, at the beginning of, I think they'll do it at the end of this year, I think, or the beginning of next year. But the second she does, we got to get hotel rooms and stuff. But it's something she really wants to do, and I told her in the car. It was like, yeah, we were like on our way back from fireworks, and I told her, I said, listen, I don't care if you do this, but you have to know, this isn't just waking up and running a marathon.
No,
like she would go and run half marathons with like maybe 3 weeks of running beforehand, and she'd make it through. But I'm like, you can't do this for that.
Isn't it like 26 miles?
Yeah. It's 26.2 miles, I think. I think it's 26.2. But she just, I'm like, you have to train. Mm-hmm. And getting up to running a week and running a day, like, and you don't get to running 26 miles. You get up to like running like usually the threshold's like 16 to 20. Like you get up to being able to run that at one time, and then you prep, and then that's what you build leading up to the race day. And I'm like, I don't care what you do, but what I'm not going to handle it, and I will shut it down immediately if you start giving up on your stuff. You need to start eating healthier because she eats like shit.
Which is crazy.
And she looks great, but she eats like shit. And I'm like, you would feel so much better because she always has migraines or headaches, or she's always like bloated or sometimes uncomfortable, but she's thin. She looks good. And it's like, well, okay, why don't you just be like fit then and healthy? Like, then you'll just feel better all the time, you know? And I'm like, all right, but you have to buckle down, get a plan. I don't care what you get. I will help you with it. And we'll make sure we get it done. We'll make sure we get your running in. We'll work out as a family. We'll get this stuff done. But I'll give you 100% support. But if I feel you fucking trailing off, I'm going to be on you. And I'm going to make you feel like shit until you get back on the horse again. Because there's been too many times where this starts. I mean, and I'm like, and this is coming from me, the person who starts gifts. Like, I just start wood burning tomorrow. And then
you're done in 4 days.
I'll buy $300 worth of stuff to do wood burning, and I'm done. Yeah, 4 to 5 days, I'm done. Like, that's fun, and I'll put it away.
Like your hats. How many hats have you made?
And so I was like, take it from me. Like, this is a big commitment, and being able to do this is a big deal. Because not a lot of people can say they ran a marathon,
right?
And like avidly, and did well because she wants to do well too. She has kind of a time she wants to hit. But I'm like, okay, well, this is gotta do it. within the last 18 hours, she has bought 2 books. She's been listening to that audiobook since last night. I have another book in my bag that she bought yesterday. And it's just been like constant. Like she's so excited. She printed out all these plans and stuff or whatever. And so I've been hired to be her trainer, nutritionist, and all these things.
You're gonna make enough so you can quit your job? Or
no, she ain't paying me dick. Sucks.
It'd be weird if she was.
That would be really weird. And I took it. But no, anyway,
no,
so she's doing
cool,
that.
Man.
So with this whole running, everybody's kind of getting into this workout running mode here at the tail end of summer now, or the beginning of the end of summer.
Well, but, I wouldn't say the beginning of the end, but I'd say like this is the worst part of summer. Like this is like hot,
well, no, I'm just saying like it's gonna like you want to get all this stuff. You want to buckle down. Like it'd be nice if we started running 2 months ago.
Yeah,
you know, where it's nicer and all this stuff. Well, now you're like dead heat, trying to trail off now because now we have a month and a half and we have school again. You know, it's
then you got to find time because especially you got to think like.
And I told her that's going to be your biggest hurdle. Like
running, you got to think. I mean, like even like Peanut. So he's running the Des Moines Marathon. That's coming up. So I don't know if I think he's doing it this year, but I don't remember when it is. But he's just like, yeah, I'll come and do it with you. Da 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 da. I'll do that 5K. You want to run with me? And I'm just like, you know, first week of September, and I'm just like, yeah, we're looking at first week of September is for our 5K. He's like, well, I got a 20-mile run scheduled that day for my marathon and stuff. You want to run? I was like, dude, I don't want to drive 20 miles.
Yeah.
Let alone.
No.
But he's crazy with it, though. He just freaking, I don't know. He's insane. Maybe I'll tell him about it. He can go run the marathon with you guys. You know?
I mean, it'd be great to have because I've been, so she, you know, side story, she has to drive every time we go somewhere because she gets motion sickness.
Right.
So I'm always riding shotgun. And so I've had earbuds in the whole ride up. I was going through her pamphlet of like her workout plans and what it is Monday through Friday, well, Monday through Sunday. So it's like, everything you got to do every week and different exercises and like test us. She's got to do this version of a VO2 max test or she wants to try it. And I did those in school and they suck because like it's all energy, all aerobic energy that you have like with you or all the, we can cut this. It's all the energy you have at this given time. How much can you go? And then how do you process that through aerobic process in your body? And the one I did in school is like you got on a bike and then they're like, all right, go. And you just had to bike as fast as you could.
Was it the one that you like?
No, it wasn't. It was stationary and like it would just go, but then the weight increased like exponentially. It just got harder and harder and harder and harder. So you would only be on this thing for 20, 30 seconds and you'd get done. There were guys that passed out. There were people that like threw up. And like I almost passed out. I had to go lay down after. And so you only bike for 30, 40 seconds. And then it gives you a reading, a number basically of where you're at, how roughly does like, how much could you generate? Like your strength and energy and stuff. And it sucks. And so the test is you get on a track, flat ground, and you run as hard as you can for 15 minutes. And then however long you get on it, you take that and you put it into an equation and stuff, and then it'll give you a reading. And I was looking at it, I go, this is going to suck.
15 minutes, dude? That's
15 minutes
you got to think, that's like, even if you start at a dead sprint, that's going to taper so fast.
Yeah.
It's going to turn into like a...
And the thing is, you have to run it as hard as you can. You're supposed to expend all the energy you have. So like, yeah, just run. So like when you're dying and you're not breathing, you might have to walk for a bit, but then you just take off again. Like try to get it so when you're done at 15 minutes, like you have to lay down for another 15. Like you can't move.
Like you've gone.
And I'm like, I'm interested to see how
can.
far she gets. Yeah, because it's not going to be very far.
Like I could run 15 minutes.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like your 5K race, it's like 25, 30 minutes. Like that's twice the time. You can do it, but like how can you do it giving it all? Like full out sprint. I mean, you die. I die halfway.
Well, because
then you
got to think about it too. Not only are you like exerting like the energy you have, but then like you got to think like, can your muscles even keep up?
Yeah.
With like you're.
Well,
I'm pumping hard. I'm not tired. I'm not breathing heavy, but like my legs are like we aren't moving.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, and then the lactic buildup is just gonna like,
oh,
you're
dude,
just gonna
that's the
feel like
worst.
stone. You're not gonna be able to. Oh, it's gonna be horrible
That sucks.
for
Well, hey,
her,
good
not
luck.
for me.
Good luck to her. I'm
Yeah.
not doing it.
Mm.
If you were gonna say like a 30-second thing, I was like, hey, I'll
Yeah.
go do
Well,
that.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, yeah. So she's got a whole manual stuff. So I'm gonna be helping her with that, and we're looking to find time to get up to because we're a block away from our track for the high school. So perfect. Right there, we can go. And I'm like, I told her too, because she's always, and I go, if I'm gonna do this, then, but you gotta listen though. You can't be like arguing with me all the time about like little piddly things that don't matter, because she'll do that where she'll try to round numbers or round something and make it seem like it's the same, but it's not, and give up or don't do something because like, well, I did it yesterday. Like she's one to supplement like I do all the time, but I'm like, if you want to do it, then we got to go do it. And I'm like, we're going to do a lot of running on the track, just so you know. And that's flat, boring running in circles. But you need to get your miles in. And then eventually we'll get to the point where we can run through town or something and like get a certain route planned where we know exactly how much that is. So if you did 4 laps of that, it's equivalent to whatever. And she's like, okay. So I've gotten the full sign on, and she's been just fucking giddy.
Yeah,
all day.
I was doing that with my running because I'm like, all right, I'll run. So I ran so far and then, tracked it on my watch. And I was like, okay, that's, 1.5 miles. I'm like, well, now we're going to add a little more. So then the next day I ran down to the church over here and back, and that's 1.5 miles in itself. So I'm like, okay, so now let's add a little more. So then I'll add little like loops and curves around the neighborhood and stuff. And then I just look at my watch. I'm like, okay, so today we're at 2.8 miles, Okay, so I'm going to add a little more of this loop and come back this way, or maybe add an extra loop around here to get myself up to that 3.2 miles. Peanut tells me I need to run like 5 miles if I want to train for this 5K, and I'm just like, dude, it's 3.2 miles. I just need to be able to run 3.2 miles. But I get what he's saying, right? Like you want to be able to go above and beyond.
Sure.
So you don't hit your wall,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm training for a nice little 5K, and that's like I said, my whole goal with that is to beat my time from last year. I don't care who's running with me and who's going to beat me, because I know, and you can fact check this with Peanut, I know that in college we did a sub 20 5K. Like I was able to keep up with him. Now, not so much. I'm about 45 pounds heavier, and
I think my best is like maybe 23 minutes.
I think we hit 19. It was like 19. It was almost 20 minutes, but it was a sub 20.
Yeah, because I think it was like, it came out to it was like 7-minute, 50-second miles or something like that. Where I was fine with that. I mean, I think it started at 10-minute, 12-minute miles. So I got it down I'm like, great. Like, I don't need a 4-minute mile.
Dude, when I started running, it was like 11.5, I think, on the first run that I sent you guys. I sent out to, I have a list of like 3 or 4 people that I send a screenshot of my run every day.
What kind of watch do you have again?
It's just a Galaxy watch. It goes with my phone. It syncs up with it.
I think I have one too. I gotta find it.
So then you just hit the running thing, and it just takes your GPS route, and then you can look at it, and it tells you went boom, 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 boom all the way around.
Well, and I want to do that too. Like, and that's the other thing, because Mel's gonna need a pacing person to help her with that, and we don't have any active run. Well, like Peanut would be great, but he lives in Iowa. But like having a pacing partner, because like some of the stuff is like if she runs for, like some of the days are running for 20 minutes, run for 30 minutes, run for 40 minutes, but a lot of them reference a 5K pace, and they're like, run at a 5K pace for this long.
Yeah, but what's a 5K pace? My 5K pace is different.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you have to figure out what would be a good 5K pace for you, and there's charts and stuff to kind of get you, and you got to get it down to the minute. So the one thing that she never did, she never played sports, she never did any of that stuff. She just ran. So then it was like, just finish the race. Like, that's the only thing you can do, right? Finish the race as fast as you can without killing yourself. Like, that's all her reference is. But for us, like, at any given time, there's actually a piece in this manual where it says, like, lay down on the ground. And then it's like, it points to all the different points of your body. And it's like, try to flex those muscles. And like, just try to, like, so you know where those are at. And she was like trying to do it. She's like, how do you... And I was like just sitting there, and I was like, you mean this muscle? And like I just flexed that one. And then I flexed the one on the other side, and I flexed like my tricep and stuff. And she's like, oh, okay. And she was getting like, oh, all right. So just you know what that is? I go, yeah, it's all muscle memory, and that's what like lifting and stuff. When you're lifting, you want to feel it here if that's what you're working.
You got to know like
if you're doing
if I'm-
something
if I'm
and
doing
this
my
isn't doing
tricep,
it, you have to know how
but
to do that.
I'm feeling it heavy in my bicep, then I'm doing it wrong.
You're doing
right?
it wrong.
We gotta.
And she's never done it.
You want to tighten up, yeah.
Well, she does. So she's got to understand because she's one that'll like go run and then just see what the pace was. But I'm like, okay, that's fine to start, but then you have to. All right, you have to. And they made it easy. They go make it easy, a medium, a hard, like range, right? So get a good pace. This is your easy pace, okay? Now run your easy pace for 20 minutes, and then like making sure she stays on it, and then she dials in. This is what this pace feels like, right? And then you figure out your intermediate pace, which is a little bit faster, and so you're not killing yourself, but you're still maintaining whatever, and knowing that this is what this pace is at. And I'm like, you have to really hammer these in to know, like, okay, if I'm gonna run at, like for us, like you're a football coach or wrestler, like go at 80%.
Yeah.
Go at 60%.
Yeah.
You knew what that meant.
Yeah,
how
so
much
you're
reserve.
drilling, you're like
exactly. You knew how much to go, and she doesn't have that. So we have to train that into her too. So I want to get good enough to run a decent. And I'm taller. I got longer strides, so hopefully that helps me. But I want to get to a good 5K pace that I can pace her out on that, and I won't keep running with her, but I could run a couple laps at a pace, and then she has to maintain that pace just to like pace her out so that she can kind of. That's my goal.
Well, the cool thing about my watch too is like even if I'm listening to music and stuff, if I got the headphones in, it'll like be like lap 1 mile, pace 10 minutes and 12 seconds, like heart rate, da 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 da.
Yeah.
And like it like lays it out for you. Every lap is a mile. But it was cool because, like I said, I can definitely see the improvement because when I started, it was like 11-minute and 15-second pace.
Sure.
The other day, I had a 9:02 pace, and I was like, God, I was so mad because I was like. I was right there to sub 9-minute miles as I'm running, and I'm just like, oh. And then the last couple times I ran, it's just been kind of like hit a wall. It's been a little higher, and I'm just like, I don't know what it was about that day. You know what I'm saying? Because you just feel it, but it's
always it's different too because you run outside too, so it's like that's where pacing is so important too. Where you want to like because it doesn't as long as you can maintain that pace regardless of what the terrain is, So like, say you're feeling really good in the beginning of your run. So you're pacing up as you're like tackling the hill, and you're like, I feel great today, and you're like, and you're running harder, expending more, and you're ruining the time that way. And then you get on the other side, or you run over, and then you're like a little gas, so you slow the pace down a little bit. And it's like your range is wider, but if you know, like, 1, 2, dude, even if you listen to certain music and you're like, this is the pace. All right, this is what it is.
I feel like the one thing like from running, and I did this like in college because I was never a runner in high school, right? God. No, I played football, I wrestled, and then I swam.
Ran track, but I still consider myself not a runner.
And like, but yeah, like I think the biggest thing is like controlling your breathing, because if you can control your breathing, and then I use my breathing to pace, right? Because I know it's like, and it's like I can do like a out in out in, and it's like the way you're like.
What's your pace?
I can't do it sitting. It's like I've got to. If I'm up running, I can show you like how I do it. But I can do it to where like as I run, I can keep this breathing pace to a point where it's like I'm like I can like take deep breaths in the middle of it just to be like, okay, like everything's good. Like I'm not out of breath. I'm not to like remind myself. But yeah, it's like a pace of like every 2 steps is almost a breath out. So it's like a
no. I think I run the same way though. That's right. So like when you're running,
no, like so I do.
Oh,
so I'm like breathing out in, out in, in.
God.
So it's like every step, and like I don't know, like I can like
that's okay.
I can maintain it, and I think I don't know.
I'm longer breaths than
and maybe,
for 2 counts.
But
so
for me, maybe
1,
it's
2 out 2.
So mine's I can definitely
2,
like this. So it makes it seem like I'm out of breath, but I don't know. Maybe it's because of swimming and like I'm able to like have like longer breaths in between.
I mean, think about boxing, right? Every time you do a move, they're
Yep.
So I don't know if it's just the expenditure and then getting it back in or whatever you're doing.
But then I hit a point where I'm just like I'm running, and then I'm just like I don't have to breathe like that, and I'm just like and like it's just a nice like calming like okay, and then it's like if I start to get tired again or I feel like I'm getting off pace, then it's like a
because I used to be every breath. Like I would breathe like.
And I don't know, maybe it's wrong, but it works for me.
I would kind of do it that way, and eventually, like when I got a little older and I was running a little bit more, I wanted to get to the, like trying to get a bigger breath and then relax it that way. But I never, yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know. It's weird. Like it's like a,
and it's in.
It's out, in, out, in.
Yeah.
In.
So,
because then you got to think like maybe it's because I'm shorter too, so my strides aren't long. But every time my foot hits, I'm breathing out. So like it seems like a lot, but like
dun, dun, dun,
yeah, right. No, but also too, the music 100% affects.
Mhm.
Like if it's a faster paced song, I find myself like going, and I'm like, oh, we got to slow down just a hair because it's gonna.
Well,
I might. It's like you said, be really great in the beginning, but then like now, look at my third lap or my third mile compared to my first. Like I gained 2 minutes on that mile because killed myself here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's where, and I haven't even referenced this, but when I said music before, I haven't told her this yet, but she doesn't know yet. But like for pacing wise, there is music out there that you can search for, say, 100 beats per minute songs, 120 beats per minute songs. And then depending on how you run, that's how you would, run that beat. And then that can actually lead to a certain amount of pacing for you for the thing. So I could see her going off the whole thing.
So the way that I look at it too is like, as I'm listening to my music, I'm like, okay, like every song is about 3 to 4 minutes. 2.5 minutes into every song, I should be at a mile. Is like the way that I
sure.
So like before that third song is over, I need to be on to the next lap. Like it's the way that I look at it, because you got to figure 3 to 4 minutes. Then you're looking at like anywhere between 9 and 10 minutes. So before song is
for a mile.
Yeah, for me, I'm not running because I'm only running like 9-minute miles when I run.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so like a 3 to 4 minute before that third song is halfway through.
Third song, okay.
That's what I said.
I missed the third song.
Oh.
I thought you said third minute. I was like,
no.
So you're halfway through the song, I should be at a mile. I'm like, fucking 2-minute miles? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I actually go look at the Guinness World Records. It's me. No, but that's the way I do it. It's like, so it doesn't matter like the song, because you figure if you're on a whole playlist and you're pacing yourself to, hey, I'm only listening to 10 songs today. I need to make sure that by the end of that 10th song, it should be roughly.
Well, I think it's motivating too. Like if you know the list, right? You got the list down. When you hit to this song, you go, I got 3 songs.
When Eye the Tiger comes on,
yes,
I got to pick it up because I am behind.
This is the tail end. Yep. No pun. This is the tail end, Tiger. And so it's like, okay, we're good. It gives you that little extra, but she doesn't have that.
I think
like
the biggest thing for me is seeing the end. So like when you first start the run and you see like, okay, I know that going down this hill and hitting the end of that block and then turning back to the church, it's like in my head I see, okay, what's the next like checkpoint in my mind? The next checkpoint for me is like after getting in the neighborhood, you turn the corner and then we're turning towards the park, like where the playground is, okay? And then what's the next check from there? The next check is the top of this hill here. And then once you hit the top of the hill, all it is I can see home. Yep. And I can't see home. I know it's around, but like in my head, it's like, it's just there. Like home is right there. That's it. That's the end of my run. So that's where, like it's seeing in like mentally checkpointing where I should be or where the next checkpoint is helps me, I think, get through it. Because like the other day I was going to run and I was just like, all right, we're going to go. And I was like, I'm not going to do a long one today. And the next thing it's like, oh, well, I'm a mile and a half and let's at least get to 2. And then next thing it's like, well, I'm still half a mile from home at 2. So if I just go up here and come back, then that's 3. So I might as well just hit the 3, Yeah. And like I said, my goal is to just get to the 3.2, the 5K distance,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And that's all and I know I should do a little more, but I just want to get there because then that's.
I just know I'm far behind. Like when I go to the gym, hey.
Yeah, people live outside.
When I go to the gym, I'll get on to warm up, and I usually, like do a deeper incline, and then I jog at like 4.5, 5.5-ish, and I'll just jog that, and I know I'm going for like maybe 30, 45 seconds, and I walk a little bit, and after about, say, and this is jogging, walking, after about 10 minutes is usually all I put into it. That 10 minutes, I'm like at 0.85 of a mile. So I'm not even to a mile, jogging or running, but I'm also on the incline, so that kind of varies it. But I'm just like, I want to go out and like run 1 mile and just see like how garbage am I.
Dude, we could do it right after the podcast.
No.
Just down to the church and back.
No, I've had beers and I don't want to.
Well, this 5K for me is going to be a beer run. So I need you at every mile marker.
Dude, you'll. Okay. You've done
Dude,
those? You've done those, right?
I like how you're like, dude, you're. Okay.
All right. I mean, if you've done a beer mile, sure.
You just got to finish the beer before the mile. I can do that.
Oh, no. Beer mile is every 400 meters.
No, I thought it was you get 1 beer per mile.
No, it used to start on the track.
Yeah.
So then you go 1 lap, do a beer, 1 lap, do a beer, 1 lap. So you're drinking 4 beers by the time you get to a mile.
Okay, yeah. See, I thought
that's how we do it in Wisconsin.
I thought,
but
well, that's why you guys are all alcoholics.
because like think about it though, like if you got to like chug a beer and then run for 5 minutes,
that's what I'm saying.
like 5, 8,
That'll
10
be
minutes.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's water. You burn something off. You know, you burn probably maybe a third, 30%, 40% of those calories by the time you get around again. So, but yeah, no, it's it's every 400 meters. Sucks.
Oh. I mean, I'd still be game to drink a beer every mile.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would too. That'd be fine. I'm not saying it'd be like it's going to be slightly easier. It's not going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I want to. No, thanks. I want to like pick up my speed, but I don't know. Part of me, I guess I don't know how to be faster running. Right? Like, obviously, like you can run faster. You can strength train your legs and stuff. Like my speed, in my mile time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to just be faster, right? You just keep running. In my head, it's just like, oh, if I just keep running this every day, like eventually it will be like, I'm so used to it, it'll just like push myself to try to be a little faster every time, kind of thing. It's not like, bench press. I know like, hey, I'm going to set a new PR today. So if I work this all week, when I come and hit the bench on Monday again, I could do like maybe an extra 2 pounds.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is like but think of the speed as the weight. So you need to increase speed with the same amount of effort.
So would
as
it be,
if you were benching the weight.
Would it be beneficial then? See, this is all I don't
So
know.
I'm saying
I don't know how to
just
train
time
for
yourself.
running.
Oh no, where you
I do
time
time
yourself.
myself. Yeah.
No, I'm saying so. Like, say you run for 15 minutes, get that down. Get a good pace down, whatever, and say it's like 2.2 miles every single time you run 15 minutes, or whatever, 1 mile and a half, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you set out and you change your pace. And you're like, I'm going to run this just a little bit faster. I'm just going to put a little bit more effort into my run. See where you're at 15 minutes. You might be at 2 miles. And you're like, oh, okay. So now you just increase your running speed. And if you can make it, because that'd be really fast. That's 7.5 minute miles.
Yeah, Peanut does that. And
Yeah.
his freaking, I just
So
I read 14
say
miles
20
today.
minutes is 2 miles, right?
What a turd.
So that's 10-minute miles, and then say you're shooting for, you want to get to like 8.5 minutes or whatever your goal is. Be like, all right, so I'm going to run for 20 minutes. I need to make, or 18 minutes, whatever. Yeah, 18 minutes. I want to get 2 miles. So know your course and have a timer and even have a timer to like look at you and be like, if you know your route, be like, oh, I only got 6 minutes left and I know how far away from home I am. Then maybe you're behind. Or if you're like you've built up your conditioning and you're running a good pace, and then you get to like say the top of the hill and you're like, well shit, I can get to my house from the top of the hill in 6 minutes. And you're like, oh, that's not that bad. And then sure enough, if you do it in 18 minutes for 2 miles, there's your 9-minute mile. And it's like, it's not that hard to do, but that's how you do it is you have to increase your speed
Right.
without giving up the effort. So right now you're in the whole conditioning phase. Like,
Yeah, I'm doing it more for, I want to be able to like run it without being like I was last year where I felt I was going to pass out and lay it on the ground. I was like, get away from me, everybody move.
Well, and for me, it's the worst part for anybody who's listening, anybody who's doing conditioning for running sucks. But the benefit of after is so much more better and you feel so much more better.
I've definitely been feeling like that runner's high.
Yes.
Right. So like I get done and I'm just like, God, that sucked. Right. And I'll walk around the house for a minute or lay down underneath the fan kind of thing. Just like lay there. Cause I just like the cold air. And then like I get up and within like 15 minutes, I'm just like, I feel like I have so much energy. I'm just like, I can go again.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, but
But that's what I'm saying is like, you have people that, like, cause I'm totally in this camp. We're like, all right, I'm gonna go run a mile today. Ben's been sending me a bunch of shit. I'm running a mile a day. And you run a mile, you're like, I ran a fucking mile. That sucked ass. And then I don't run a mile again. They just don't do it again.
I get it.
That's what happens because I'm like, this sucks.
It was funny though. Like
after 3 weeks of doing it, like how good do you feel running though? Like when you get out and running, it's not like you're probably not cracking so much anymore. You're probably
still a little
bit
like
more,
it depends on the day. So like I'll do like 1 or 2 long days where I'll do the 3 miles for me is long, guys. So like, bear with me. But I'll
3
do
miles and 3 inches.
That's right. But I do 2 days of like long, like 3 mile days, and then I'll do like 2 days, 1 or 2 days of just short, like mile and a half.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just trying to like, okay, let's see, did we improve this week? Did we improve? But I feel like, not saying that I'm old, but I definitely feel it in my knees. So I feel like my body definitely needs that rest, even though I'll run back-to-back days. But for that first like mile, so I did a Sunday run this week, and we get all the way down to the church, which again, like I said, down to the church and back is a little over a mile and a half. We got down to the church.
Crossroads?
Not that the one the other way. So going towards like the Target that we used to work at. So there's another church right on Dale. So I go all the way down to Dale.
Okay.
So if you go to like the Holiday over here, it's exactly a mile and a half. So you can go down and back 3 miles.
Nice.
But down to the church and then back is exactly a mile and a half. So I'm just like, hey, you know what? That's fine. We're going to do that. And we get all the way down to church, and I run with Lola. And we got down there, and all of a sudden, like bright sunny day like it is today, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's pouring rain. I mean, pouring. And it's still sunny out. And you're like, fuck. Like, right? And I'm like, and then you see all these like dark clouds kind of over in the distance, like moving their way in, but it's raining right over me, but it's still super sunny. And I'm like, I turn and look at Lola, and I'm like, all right, let's go home. Like, she looked like this sad, old, dirty ditch dog. Like, I was like, I felt bad for her. So we sprinted back home, and I was just like, I walked in the door. I'm like, I need a towel. And we pull up to the house, and sure enough, rain stopped. I was like, you bastard. Like, you. But yeah,
your dad.
So you probably like, hey, take this.
Watch this.
But no, and then so we like ran really hard, but a short run that day, and then we ended up doing a long run the next day. But my knees were kind of aching from because we picked up the pace. We ran fast because I was like, I want to get home. I don't want to. I'm soaked, and so we came back, or I ran the next day, and my first mile, like you could definitely tell in the time, like it took a long like bit of it to stretch out and get everything feeling good, and I was just like, gosh. So, but yeah, I picked up later, but I definitely need those rest days in between. Like my knees have been hurting and stuff, and you know.
Yeah, dude, and that's part of it too. Is like some of those things with like the running. I mean, I've already like ran. I like even just a little training I've been doing, I've been strengthening that Achilles, and I can feel that it's weird because just that part, just that tendon to muscle, it sits right underneath your soleus, and I can feel like the inside of my calf is sore.
Dude, stop! I like you're talking about it, and I'm like,
it's weird, and so like that'll be like the only thing that's sore in my right leg, and that's obviously my dominant leg. So it's like it's weird, and so I know that running is gonna be fine, but like that's the part I got to get worked up where, and everything else is fine. But then I'm worried about like, well, I spent how many years with knees, with my how I've never had a knee injury, but then it's like, all right, well I'm gonna start all this up again. Well, now I got to look at like your hip pain and your knee pain and ankle. Like, say you fucking sprain an ankle or something running, you're like, well, fuck, like that's gonna put you out a little bit. And so I've been looking into getting more braces and stuff. They make some like those, like sock slip-on kind of things, but they go with padding and stuff, bracing. And I'm thinking about just getting those and being that guy that's got fucking every brace.
Just like freaking RoboCop out there just running. That'd be funny. You should do it.
Because like I see those, like I see knee braces too. I'm like, it wouldn't be bad to just have one.
No.
I mean, a lot of those, like, yes, if you're injured, yes, you should be able to run without them. But like you said, I don't know if I start picking up this running pace, start doing it several days a week. I mean, I'm 37 now. Like, I feel like I'm hoping nothing happens, but
no, but you never know. And even Brienne, she's telling me, she's like, you're gonna beat your time from last year. I was like 100%. Yeah. Like I'm telling you right now, I 100% will beat my time from last year. And she goes, unless you get like injured or something. I was like, no, it's in my head. I will beat my time.
Yes.
Like it, I was like, that's not a question. She goes, yeah, I get that. And she's like, so I mean, like,
that's where
you
like
know?
in running, to my point earlier, is like it's such a mental game. It's such a mental game to, like you said, the conditioning thing. You run the mile and you're like, fuck, I hate this.
I don't want
But
to do
you're
this.
like-
And then like
but
you look and
doing
you're
it-
like, I'm at a mile and a half. I might as well round out to 2. And you're like, fuck, why am I doing 2? Well, might as well, we're at 2.5 now. We're still half a mile from home. Might as well just hit the 3.
Well, and I had like a little revelation while we're sitting here talking. It's like, you're right. I am a block from the track, and like every time I want to go run a mile, it's like I haven't figured out. I mean, I kind of know how much miles are like where we live because I grew up. That's how we had to run them in high school. But I don't want to have to think that every time. And sometimes, like I have to run in the morning. That's the only time I'd have to do it. And if I do it, like it's weird running through town when it's dark out and like you're running by people's houses. People are getting up ready for work and stuff, and you're like that guy now every Monday, Wednesday, Friday that you're in their window, But then I was like, you're right. I live right next to the track. I'm like, I'll just walk up, run my mile, and running on a track is way. It is easier.
It's a lot.
Overall.
It's
but
flat.
For me, it's easier to get in my headspace and like focus on what I'm doing. So even just for straight conditioning, I think that's what I'm going to do is just go to the track, run it, walk home.
I think I like running a route better than running around a track. Because running around a track, it's like, oh, I got 4 more of these. I got 3 more, as opposed to like I said, running a route, you're like going. And the difference too is like when you're running a route, it's like you're hitting hills, you're hitting different terrain. That's like I'm going downhill, I'm going uphill, like climbing. You can definitely feel like, oh, this is the hard part of the.
And Grandma's in Duluth is like that, where it's
it's all
fucking,
hills.
Like, some of those hills are enormous.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then, but yeah, so that's kind of why I don't know, I like it. So then you pace yourself because like, oh shoot, I'm coming up the hill. I know I need to like push up to get this hill, and then once I come back around and go down the hill, I just stride it out. long strides, nice, easy, like breaths.
Try to catch your breath.
Yep. So like, yeah, it's without having any traditional running training or like
But I think
like
for me to start, I think the track is going to be an option.
Track might be
just to get miles in, to get miles and times, and then take it to the course.
It was funny when I first sent you. I was just like, dude, I ran a mile, and I was just like, yo, who would want to know about this? Send it to Peanut right away because that bastard runs. That dude runs more than I drive in a week, and I'm not even kidding. And so I was like, I'm gonna send it to him, and then I was like, who else? I was like, I sent it to Tara, right? Because I was like, oh, me and her are running once a week. I'm gonna send her like if I'm running. And I was like, I'm gonna send it to Jake, right? And I remember I sent you the first one. And you're just like, all right, cool, yeah, that's good, man, keep it up. And I was like, I don't know, maybe you can't get emotion through text message or nothing. But I read it and I was like, oh yeah, keep it up. I was like, okay. I sent you the next one. Sent out the same group to the next one. Just kind of like great job, dude. And I was like, God, like, what if I'm just annoying him, sending him this like every other day, like he's getting a little route, a little more than I'm doing. Yeah, I was just like, dang. So I thought I was annoying you at first.
Yeah. Well, and that's where I think this is great too with these mics is I can.
Yeah, you want to grab me one too?
There's only one in there.
Oh yeah, you can have it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude.
How much you got left in there?
None. I've been out for like 10 minutes now. I've been enjoying your company. It's really kind of what it comes down to.
So here, we're gonna test this.
Cut this out. Yeah. Also, it's not picking you up anymore. Yep. I think there's a range. All right, guys. Well, now this is my podcast, and he thinks I'm going to cut this, but I'm not. Joke's on him. Guys, if you don't already, make sure you were hitting that subscribe button. Just trying to grow. Consistency was key. We kind of fell off a little, but, that is all right. We both are streaming live on Twitch. I stream live, Mity 80 right there. Chief streams live. It's Chief Rex D. Make sure you guys go check him out on Twitch. Good stuff. A lot of fun content coming out. Make sure you guys go check it out.
Doing all that?
Staying in the video. Oh, welcome back, dude.
Nobody was paying attention to me, and I snuck around, and Mel's sitting on the couch, and she didn't look at me. And then I went over to the kids are all laying on the ground. Nobody said anything, so I scaled the wall. We didn't grab them, and I was going back in. As soon as I went in the door, Mavis looks around, and Mavis goes, "Hi," and I didn't even look at her. I shut the door behind me.
Yeah, dude, she's a creep.
Yeah.
I love her. It's funny. She'll look out the sliding glass door and watch for neighbors and be like, "Dad, neighbors outside again."
That's what she sounds like.
Because her neighbors.
The neighbors outside.
Hey, Dad. Hey, what are you doing?
But no, you're talking about the annoying. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
annoying.
I thought
It's
I was
like,
annoying you because I was just like, I'd send
No.
him and then I'd only get like a 1 or 2 word reply, and I'm like, God, dude, he's probably just like, this fucking guy, like, stop texting me.
No, it's like, if anything, too, it like helps motivate too, because I've been sticking to it for at least 2 to 3 days a week for the last probably 2-3 weeks now. I got my little booklet in my bag that I just keep track of what I do, and I've kind of dialed in more what I want to work on with myself, and then of course Mel, with what she's doing now, we're going to be a lot more on eating right, because the worst part is like the kids eat relatively healthy, but like Mel will always have chocolate, snacks, fucking donuts, something there. And so then, or then I'll make dinner. Like I'll make a nice, like some burger chicken, whatever, and she'll be like, I think I'm just gonna have cereal. And it's like, I just made, like, would you please eat this with me? Because then like we're doing this together. But it's always been kind of me with the food thing. And like, yeah, I have to, like, I don't put snacks in my house. And like, I see them, I see all the chocolates and stuff. And I'm like, I can't fucking have those. And so like, it sucks. Like I told her, like, it sucks for me to just see that all day.
Yeah.
And then I can't have it. And
Exactly.
I'm like, if you just cut it out too, and she's a lot thinner than I am. Yes. She's 85% muscle, if she hasn't told you. She is. Yes. Compared to our scale, she is. I'm 60 pounds. I'm 60 pounds of shit. That's what I am. 30% body fat. That's great. But no. So now that she's on board, she's like, okay, fine. And so she really wants to make sure she gets her macros and make sure she eats within her diet restrictions and calorie counting and stuff. And I told her, I'm like, I'm not getting to it. You can get an app and count all your shit, but I want you to do it for 2 weeks so that you kind of understand how much something is, and then don't worry about counting them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that like this much of this stuff and how full you feel is about what you should be eating.
See, that's one thing I wish I would just do, and I just
Yeah.
like count my calories, like even like you said, just for a week or two, just to see, like, hey, this is what we ate this week, or this is what we put in to our body, right? And like I should measure stuff out, and I really want to, but then I don't know, like I start thinking about it, and I'm like, dang, like that's kind of a lot of work. Then I gotta like measure out how much coffee creamer I'm putting in versus just eyeballing, like, man, that looks good, or sauces,
just don't use it.
Or my sauces, right?
Oh,
it's fine. This is just 0 calories. Glue, 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 glue. Like, right? You put.
Well, I mean, yes, but some are. But then others are, like, for me, I always try to watch this. Because, like, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air now. I've watched some stuff, like, through my CPT training. Like, there's videos and stuff I have access to watch. If I, like, an hour long, if I do them, I get a point.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, a 0.1 point or whatever. And, like, they'll go through stuff. Like, remember how salt was so bad? Salt was terrible for you.
Yeah.
Never eat salt, extra sodium, garbage. But now, like there's was it Element? I think is what it's called. There's it's like a liquid IV.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 milligrams of sodium.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, that's a fuck ton of salt. But they're like, no, you need salt though.
No, yeah, because you need the salt because the salt retains the water.
Yeah, it's electrolytes and stuff. It helps your body. And so
you're
like, well, hang on, I'm not supposed to have it, but now you have drinks that are so, like, it used to be like sugary drinks make you fat, which is true. But now you're like, these salty drinks,
high cholesterol.
Yeah, it's supposed to be terrible. Oh, the same cholesterol, eggs.
Yeah. But
One egg a day.
Eggs. Don't eat eggs.
Yeah.
They're so bad for you. You can't have eggs more than like once a week, maybe.
Well, yeah. It was down to the food regulations was 1 egg a day is healthy. And now
Dude,
I eat 5 eggs a day.
I was gonna say I eat like 3 eggs at a time, 4 or 5 times. And now
there's a video a guy did that where he ate. I think he said he ate like 24 eggs a day for a month, and they checked his numbers, and actually like the bad cholesterol went down,
his
good cholesterol went up, and like he was getting a lot of protein and stuff, and then obviously what else he was drinking, and he's like he felt great. Like, he lost body fat.
It's crazy. Like it's one of those things. Like
like how times change. Like 20 years ago, the rule was
when we were growing up.
Egg,
I guess
it.
Holy shit, dude, we were growing up 20 years ago. Yeah, when I was about to say like
we were in high school 20 years ago. Yeah, that's a mind fuck.
Yeah, I guess I was 15.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. When we were growing up, when we were kids, it was like, no, we're only you can't have eggs more than once a week. They're bad for you. You can't keep eating. And I remember my dad was like, no eggs. You can't have eggs. We already had eggs.
Yeah.
They're bad for you. You can't keep eating eggs.
But it was all like saturated fat is a big one.
Yeah, it was all
led to
the
a lot of
butter
shit.
and lard
And
you
it
were
was
using to cook
iodized
it.
salt. Yeah, like table salt.
Yeah.
It's horrible for you because like now it's like all mineral salt and all these other ones like sea salt stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
so it's interesting to
Mhm.
see that. But I'm like, all right, well, if I cook, then you gotta fucking eat it then.
Right.
And I hate.
I mean, if she doesn't want to eat, you can come cook. I'll eat
Yeah,
everything you cook.
absolutely, dude.
I'll
Dude,
eat
I
it.
mean, how's that chicken we did on the Memorial weekend?
Yeah, the chicken was good, dude.
Chicken
I was
was
just
good.
like, I felt bad because you're like, yeah, we're meal prepping. I was like, oh my god, dude, like, can I not have more?
Oh, that's fine.
No, and I kept telling myself like, yo, this is
You
for
want a
his meal
burrito?
for the
I was
week.
like, fuck, let's do it.
And I was just like, no, dude, you got the chicken. So yeah, you went and made me a burrito. It was so good.
Dude, nobody else was eating in my house. Like, I make that for myself because Mel won't eat it because it's thighs. I'm like, it's the tastier
Dude,
version.
I'm a thigh guy.
Yeah,
Like,
same
you know what
am I.
I'm saying?
So am I. But she's like, I had chicken breast. I'm like, okay, but you got to be like perfect on that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it's gross.
I make some good chicken breast. Next time you guys come over, maybe we can do that. Maybe I'll
Hmm?
cook some chicken up.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do when I get home today. Is we got thawed
Meal
out
prep
some
while she goes and does her
fucking
yoga.
It's hot yoga.
That's what Peanut does. Peanut does hot yoga too. I was telling him, I'm just like, any hot chicks? Or they'll always be like, it was like one or two. Or like when he was running the other day, he was like, yeah, I gotta go running today. I'm like, oh, because he joined a like Facebook group that goes running. So like, because he's
That's
kind
right.
of in Iowa, he not a lot of people, so he joined a Facebook group and he goes running with them. And I'm just like, oh, any hot chicks? He's like, there'll probably be a few. I'm like, you gonna run with them? He goes, no, they're slower than me. I was like,
But that's a perfect Peanut comment.
Like-
That's exactly what he's like. No, they're slower than me.
yeah, like no,
I was
They're
like,
just-
well, no, just like hit on them. So
yeah,
you can
no,
fucking-
they'll slow me down.
no,
Yeah,
slow
no,
shit.
I'm trying to make time. Like, all right, dude.
You know what's funny about that man-woman thing is in this book she has that she's listening to. It says on the book cover, it says like it's was it Master of the Marathon is the book, and it's by Ollie Nelson or something. I'm sorry if I screwed up, but on the top it said has plans and everything strictly for women runners.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so in the beginning of the book, when she's listening to it, in the very beginning of the book, it says, this is for women only because women are different from men. Men just run faster than women can run.
Was it like you're a woman,
just-
run back to the kitchen?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Dishwasher and everything. No, but
I'm
but
totally kidding.
She spent like the whole prologue or the introduction of the book
Like being
saying
pissed
like,
off?
hey, no, she was just like, hey, just so you know, this is who this is for. If you're trying to get out there and compare yourself to men running and stuff, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's not applicable. They're different people. Women run different. This is strictly a book for women to run. And I was like, that's the coolest thing that anybody's done for like that kind of
good.
stuff because it's true.
We're built different. Like,
just
we're
built
we're
different.
made to do different things. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Well, there was, I mean, and I'm not saying there's not girls that can't run fast. There was that thing that just came out.
Oh, dude, Mel
posted-
smoked me the last time we ran a 5K.
Wow, the girl that just ran like sub 4 minute mile or something. The girl, that was a huge accomplishment.
I don't know if I saw that.
There was some chick I just saw came up that she just did that. And I was like, that's great. And I'm not saying like they can't do it. I'm saying typically, no.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and
No, I
and just
that's
build
awesome.
different. Most men runners, they're usually they're taller and lankier and whatever. And
that's like swimmers too, like male swimmers.
they're
You know.
glide through the water.
Like Michael Phelps, dude's freaking.
Yeah. Well, even then I was thinking like, well, like even Kenyan runners, granted that they're like born into that. Kind of think like that's kind
Like
of
running from like lions and stuff, or like what?
No, they're just born into running more. Like Kenyans always been known to like they run all the time.
Like, there's even like differences in like ethnicities and stuff like that too.
Well, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like those people that live in the mountains, like they have they're just built different as far as like being able to handle certain
like
stuff. because they've lived
I
in that
mean,
environment.
not only that, but I mean, like you look even like ethnicities are like your environment definitely. Like you're born in the mountains, you have less oxygen up there, right? So like they're able to withstand that. That's why people,
you have more white or red blood cells.
you know, when you go to when NFL teams go play in Denver because the elevation is so much higher. Like,
If you look, they always
they have the oxygen mass. It's like it's
well, and we met. So the guy we met at Third Act the other day, his buddy was from Colorado, and I just mentioned he's from Denver, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to go to Colorado. Like, I just think it's a cool area. It's nice, got mountains, all shit.
Colorado's pretty
It's relatively closer,
really
know, than any other place you could go.
Do you remember what part of Colorado?
He said Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, well, the incline. He's like, how's that? He goes, well, I've lived there forever. So like coming down here, he's like, I went for a run the other day and like, it didn't faze me. And I was like, that's cool. But he's like, yeah, people that go up there, like, he's like, take it easy. Don't think about doing any hikes the first day. You got to give yourself like 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And then like even, you know, and that like scares me a little bit because of the, like, I don't like that feeling. I hate, because of having anxiety. It's that same kind of like,
yeah, the
pass out feeling,
can't
you know?
breathe.
And yeah, and I don't like that. But I was like, well, I really want to visit. And so I was thinking, now that Mel's doing this marathon thing, do a little natural blood doping. We go on a trip there.
maybe
Maybe
a
like,
double family road trip.
I don't know how much I don't know the half life of how it wears off. But if we went for a trip there next year, like maybe a month before the race, and we go there for like a weekend or like a week or something, get some stuff built up, you know, and then she comes back and runs the race. She'll just feel a little better.
I mean, I'd probably do it.
I'm not looking to cheat this race already. I'm just saying I want to.
Well, no, I've also seen things too with like running too. Is like the reason people get like tired and side cramps and stuff is because it's like how their body like moves the oxygen around as they're running. So it's like you got to increase your VO2 max. And I showed you that one video where the guy was like, "Yeah, I didn't train at all leading up to this like race that he was doing." He was like, "But what I did do was I trained." He's like, "I did no running, like no running training."
Yep.
And he said, "What I did do though was my VO2 max training, where he did like what are the kettlebell, like kettlebell, like what, like raises almost." And he did ladders of them. So he would go like the first day he went up to 10, back to 1, and then like you do 1, and then you take a deep breath, and then you do 2, and then set it down, like 2 deep breaths, and you do 3, and it's like training your VO2 max.
Yeah. I watched something about Tia Toomey and Matt Frazier. That's one thing that they train. I mean, they're already the top athletes of the thing, but then that's what they would do.
They do their VO2 max because then it becomes an issue of it's not that you're going to be tired on the run at all. Mm-hmm. Like you'll be able to complete the run, but then the issue becomes how much can your muscles output, right? Yep. And then that's where it's like, yeah, I'm going to be tired. Like my oxygen's going to be moving around good. Like I'm going to be able to take that, but like, can my muscles keep up now? And then that's where the issue, like, not issue, but that's where now his concern is like, you can train your body to like, regulate, not regulate, but like with, like have better VO2 max.
And part of that is like, you know, those are all things that you want to get into too, is like being able to handle that kind of workload. And like, it's exciting for me too, because then it gives me a chance to finally get going on that.
Yeah, do something.
Trying to do it by yourself sucks.
It does, and then it also gives you, you know, you've had this license for like almost 2 years now, and you have done nothing with it. So now you get to like actually write a workout plan.
I know.
No shade thrown, you know. It's just, you know, you just haven't.
Right? The best part is not even that. That's already written. I'm gonna make it look prettier, and that's it.
That's all you got to do, and then put your stamp of, you know, approval on it.
But then I'm the one to I got to make sure she gets it done. Which I have no problem with, like following it and making sure, like, I don't care what you feel like.
If she needs a running buddy, like I said, I won't. I probably will slow her down,
dude.
But
I think that will help though. I think the most people we can have running, and like I said, even if like we go to the track, say, and you come over, you know, and kids just play on the football field, so it's great.
Give them a soccer ball.
So they do that, but then like I'll start her off 2 laps, or like I get up for myself to run a half mile, and pace her, right, and she'll run a mile, then you jump in. And you run 2 laps with her at a certain pace, you know, get yourself up, and then you take a break. So we're only running half mile things.
That'd be fine. And then half miles, you know, like I said, that'd be leading up to the, you know, like I said, to the 5K. I don't know how much training I'll do after the 5K. I'll probably still keep running. Like realistically, I'll run shorter distances, probably just to be a little active. But I don't know. I really am training for this 5K, and we started training, like I said. Mm-hmm. What am I on now? 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, almost.
About 3, 4 weeks right now. Week 4, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I mean, I can definitely see the improvement, and I'd be game to do.
Well, and running is just, I don't feel like running is a good, like you should be able to run, you know, but
period.
Yeah, you should be able to run, period. But like training more, and there's no shade at Peanut or Mel training or any other runners out there and stuff that can brag that they do 6 miles a day. That's fucking great. But the growing of muscle, that hypertrophy, what you're doing, it's conditioning. And so you're conditioning your body. If you're going to work on your VO2 max, it's great. It helps accelerate all that, and that's great, but it's not really making you stronger as a person.
Right.
Which for me, 5K is probably the top that I'd ever do.
And see, and that's what I do too.
If I can run a 5K, great.
I did say, though, when we went to Disney, I was actually really upset because I missed all the signs for it. But they had a 10K that they did, which I would have ran because it was a Hercules-themed 10K.
Oh, cool.
And they gave out these giant Hercules medals. I was so pissed. They ruined the rest of my trip. Like, for the whole rest of the week that we were there, I was mad. I was like, this is stupid. Like, I wanted to do it. I would have done it. I would have woken up at 4 a.m. to go around. I don't even care. Like,
you just had to finish.
Yeah. But I also, too, like I was mad, but not mad because realistically, I guess, like, those things open up and, like, they fill up like that, like, online. And it's one of those, like, people flying all around the world to run these Disney 10Ks and stuff like that.
But then there's people.
But if I had known about it, I would have ran a 10K for that instance. But yes, 5K. There's no reason I should be running more than 3 miles in my life. Like, I'm not going to outrun someone chasing me for 3 miles. Yeah. Like, there's got to be a house. There's got to be a weapon. There's got to be something around.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you could just go run 6 miles, it's like, great. You know, like, that's awesome. Like, it's not, other than a race. But if it's a personal commitment thing, great. More power to you. That's awesome. I'm glad you feel that way. My opinion on it is just, I don't care to be able to just leave and run 10 miles.
Yep.
I don't really care. Because if I have to run 10 miles to get away from whatever I'm getting away from, if I couldn't find a car within that time or like, somewhere else to hold up or something, like okay.
Right, exactly.
Why are we running? I feel like 3 miles from wherever I am at any given time, I can get to where I need to go.
I feel like big thing too is like, for me as well, like I want to get into decent shape, right? And they say like running isn't to like, you don't run to like lose weight is what's one thing I saw. Like you run to more like condition your heart, strengthen your heart. Like that's the muscle that
it's cardio.
You know, it's cardio. But, so you want to, and so yeah, I want to be able to run up the stairs without being like, oh my god, those are 8 steps there. Hang on, like you know, like.
Well, it's a form of cardio. I want to be that. I want to make that very clear that like you don't have to run to be cardio fit. Like you were saying, you can work kettlebells and increase stuff. You can do a resistance training workout, and you can push yourself with slower rest breaks and whatever. You can still exert as much energy and still get a heart workout. Like that's fine. But get something that tracks it. Like I gotta find my watch so I can start.
Get a watch or this one. It was I got it with my phone plan and it only costed like $5 more a month or something on the phone plan. So, oh, pardon me. And it also has like, so if I'm out of range of my phone, it has its own phone number, so I can call you. Oh, like remember that when I texted you that one time and you were like, "Who is this?" Yeah, it was like $5 extra a month or something like that. And I was just like, and I get a watch out of it that like I can run with my earbuds that connect Bluetooth, right? As long as I have like data or cellular.
Yep.
Like I'm in range. Yeah, I can get my data. I can get everything. Maps. It'll track my GPS running. It'll track all that stuff. So.
And I think that's that's just so crucial too, to just have time.
It's one of those things. It's like it's great to track, and the reason I'm cool tracking this is because it's easier than tracking calories. Because then going back to that, like I said, measuring out sauces or measuring out like I should only put like this little bit, or oh I forgot to add the slice of cheese I threw on there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's. And I don't know. I'm making excuses. Like, if you're going to do it, just buckle down and do it for a week or 2.
Well, part of it is just, like you said, do it for a week or 2, but have an understanding, though. Like,
yes,
like
and that's the big thing.
This morning was a prime example. So, like, we're getting ready to leave, and Mel does, we have this little oatmeal thing we got from Costco. It's fairly healthy. You got some good oats, and it's got a little, like, 11 grams of protein or 13 grams of protein or something. So she throws it in, and I'm like, okay, now look at this, though. Just an example. Because she had a piece of, like, so I had the same bowl, okay? So I'm like, but then she measured out the oatmeal and then took the milk and was like, Rah. And I go, okay, but see, how much did you put in there? You know, and I'm like, just to give you an idea is, so like I went in and I measured the cup it was a half cup of milk, lactose free with a half a cup of the oats, right? Mix that up. I'm like, all right, so this, and then I had 1 piece of bacon and then I had a couple eggs, you know, whatever. And so I go through there. I probably ate about just under 500 calories. Right? Now, for me, I want to eat in a calorie deficit so that I'm losing weight. I want to shed fat a little bit, but you can't shed fat if you don't get your protein in. So you have to get the protein. If you're just going to eat less, you're going to get skinnier, but you're going to lose muscle too. So I make sure my protein's there, but then like I'm just eating less. Well, I'm like, well, for me, this is about almost a third of what I'm going to eat today.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep that in mind, And I'm like, for you, like this is the equivalent of like one donut. And I'm like, for you, or for Mel, I was like, for you, you're eating at like 1,600 calories because you're just so much littler than I am.
Well, the other thing
And I'm
too
like,
with her,
you could have 3 donuts a day, and that's everything.
mm-hmm.
Or you could have this oatmeal with a fucking cup of strawberries. Like, how much more full do you feel off this? And you're not going to eat for
Well,
a
the
while.
other thing too with her running that much, she's gonna have to up her calorie intake, like
Well, yeah,
100%. Like she's gonna have to,
yeah.
because that's like even talking to Peanut, like again, who shout out Peanut, but again he runs like 15 miles. He'll eat like 2 pizzas a day.
Well, that's the other side of it. As I told her, because she was told,
Like
she's like, the hardest thing is going to be, it's like, can't have muffins, you can't have something.
No,
Like,
you
just
can.
can't have it. You can't have it right now. Like,
Once
get
you get
started.
into that,
I'm like,
then
dude,
eat it. Eat the muffin because she's gonna be burning so like it's gonna
Exactly.
like kick her metabolism up. She's gonna be burning so much. She's got to keep refueling, or else she's just gonna.
And metabolism
Feel like
metabolism is 100% based off your burning of everything to maintain everything, right? So muscles take a heavy load. So if you can get more muscular, you can eat more. You can eat whatever you want.
Right.
You can go, like, I can go out with somebody that I know that like works out like a lot and like is huge, and we could sit down and I'm halfway through a pizza, and I'm like, whew, like I'm full or whatever, and he just keeps going, and he could eat a whole pizza. What it's gonna do to me is a fuck ton different than what's gonna do. By the time the end of the day,
he's already burned it.
That's it.
Like it's gone.
Like that's his goal. Like he's done. And I'm like, dude, that's the difference that people don't get when they're like, oh, I'm gonna just run a bunch and eat less. And you're like, that's great, but protein. And if it's not,
it's like you got to know what you're putting into your body.
Exactly.
Versus like, well, I did eat 1,500 calories. Yeah, but you had 2 donuts, a large cookie, and a slice of chicken.
And the other thing is, like, don't get so focused on the daily intake. Like, do it daily for a couple weeks to just understand. But then, like, you got to understand, this is a longevity thing. So, say you were eating healthy for the last 3 weeks, right? And then this weekend, because it's 4th of July, you just went ham and you were having all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to just spread that amongst what you've done the last 3 weeks,
it doesn't.
Well, now you're
reset.
in a surplus, and now you're not. It doesn't matter. Everything you just did, it doesn't matter now. Now you're even again. So it's like that's the worst part, and I'm like, it sucks because you got to be a little food Nazi on yourself, but get to the point where you're putting on more stuff, and then when you get to a certain weight and body percentage, and you're doing all this stuff, you're like, okay, well now I can go out and have a giant burger and fries. I don't feel like a piece of shit.
Exactly.
And I don't feel like a piece of shit physically, and I don't feel like a piece of shit mentally.
Right. Exactly.
And you're like, I can go home and run right now.
Exactly. But yeah, no, it's fun, dude.
Sorry.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see her progress. Good luck to her. Shout out Mel. Like that's awesome for you. I will not be running a marathon with you, but I could be your running buddy for a mile or 2.
I told her I wouldn't even run a half marathon with her.
No, I told Peanut the same thing. Because Peanut's like, well, it's only a half. I'm not running 13 miles.
I'll run every 5K for a year that you can find. But I
told him that too. So my stipulation, so this was my stipulation to Peanut, is that if you can find a 5K with a 2K geared towards kids, kind of like Prescott does, if you can find one that's geared towards kids, I'll run the 2K with Ollie and I'll run the 5K with you. And that will be the extent of my running. And like you said, I will do every one that you can find. You find it, we will figure out how to get down there, hotel, whatever. We'll do it. You find it, we'll make it happen.
Well, part of me too, because Jackson, I'm finally to the point. He's almost 8, and he's finally to the point where like, he actually is like, hey, can I have we have like the Fairlife 30 gram protein things. Like he's looking more at protein. He like when I lift, like he wrote his own workout. Since Mel's been doing hers, he wrote the next 3 months every day, like 50 jumping jacks, like every other day, or it's like run 20 minutes. And he's like, he goes, yeah, I wrote this, Dad. And I was like, oh, it looks really good, and some of them just say jumping jacks. I'm like, well, how many are you doing, but he's like doing this. He goes, yeah, tomorrow I gotta do 15 minutes. I'm gonna be out there punching the bag. 15 minutes.
Good for him.
So I got that coming up. And I'm just like, I'm like, that's cool.
So I got it.
That's awesome, man.
So I
That's
got
how
this.
he talks. He's like, so I got to do that.
He said he cracks a cold beer with you. Just got this one coming up, Dad.
And I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be tough. He's like, I know, but got to do it. I'm like, all right, that's awesome. But one of my things with that 5K coming up is I want to get Jackson. I want to see if I can get him to running the 5K with me.
Oh, you want him to run the 5K?
Yeah.
See, I just want Ollie to run the 2K. Then, just because I don't know if you know my kid, but if he's outside for any amount of time, he comes back and he's just like, like a
zombie monster,
freaking snot zombie, just terrible. You know, poor kid. It just sucks. You know, but
genetics, man.
He wants to run it. Like he's just, I'm running this year. Maybe I can keep up with Jackson.
Well, and as he'll be bigger, you know, like that's the other thing too. A kid, little, whatever.
I did carry him through for about half a mile, but
you could still he can get bigger, and he gets a little bigger. You know, nasal passages aren't as easily.
Yeah, you know, maybe they'll spread out a bit, but
yeah, no, that's what we're.
That's awesome, dude.
I want to try to get him there, but like secretively, I'm not going to tell him he's going to run it with me, because if we get to the point where it gets to that day and I don't think he's ready, he's not going to take me saying no. But
you got to pay in advance though.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, you'll pay for it and then be like, oh, never mind.
Run it, whatever. Because if I pay for the 5 and they run the 2, I don't care. But at the same time, though, I'm going to get him with me to just see him running. Because then I think, because he's a pretty good runner, he's pretty solid. So I'm like, well, even if he could help with Mel too and help pace a little bit, you know, his all-out speed for 1 lap is whatever pace. But it's opening up a lot of things here.
No, but yeah, no, that's
this is all conjecture. But.
So, dude, it's exciting stuff, man. It's exciting. He's getting into the sports mindset, and you know, she wants to run a marathon. Like I said, I'm excited for her. Excited to see her progress and see how she's doing, and hopefully, you can actually run that 5K.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Brian was just like, "Who's gonna watch? Who's gonna watch the kids if all you guys are running 5K?" I'm like,
Brian, you running it?
Yeah. Well, no, I told her, I was like,
I think we found it.
I was like, oh, Dave will be there. It'll be fine.
Yeah. No, they'll all be there.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fine. It'll be good. But yeah, anyways.
No?
Probably wrap up, huh?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So much for a sports or workout podcast, huh?
Yeah. We don't do anything about workout stuff. It's all about
us. We haven't, you know, I feel like we haven't got together in like a bit, though. So it's a couple weeks. So it's been...
well, I told you that. I mean, I think I got in. One of the ones was baseball. I mean, it was...
Yeah, it was just
Monday
boom,
through
boom, 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 boom.
Every night.
So
I'm tired. And...
It's all right. Well, shoot, man. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here, everybody. Let's wrap it up. You know,
just wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Gotta get a button like the Dave special. Wrap it up.
Oh, dude. You should get a button right here so that, like, when we just notice it's getting late, just one of us just has to.
Or we can maybe set it on a timer. Timer, and then it dings. We're like, oh, pissed.
Dude, that would be good.
Or we only have so much. All right. Anyways, this is all brainstorming stuff for later. All right, everybody. Again, I'm Mity 80.
I'm Chief.
Yeah. Again, drop those subs, drop those follows. Let us know what you guys think. How's the new mic quality? All that stuff. Otherwise, shout out Joe Rogan podcast.
Yes. 2 Bears, 1 Cave. Shane Gillis, Mark Norman. We've been watching. We watched a couple online too. Like some of the specials coming out are just hilarious.
I'm gonna do this one a little off the cuff. You know, this isn't a comedian, but big shout out 4-star and Dragon Ball Z Abridged. You started watching that last night.
Yeah, we started watching that last night. That's pretty good.
It's pretty funny. So if you've seen the original and then you rewatch it, it's kind of funny because they condense it all.
And it's just goofy shit.
Yeah, so yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, well let's we'll get out of here.
Oh yeah, I gotta leave with
oh shoot, yeah, we got a quote. Do you have one?
I don't know why I put the spotlight on myself.
Yeah, do you know?
Something with this is something I heard about kids, but I think I'm gonna make it translate to kind of what we're talking about.
All right.
So, there was a comedian talking about somebody asked him, like, what do you think about advice on raising kids? And he's like, it's easy. You could give them a tablet, you can give them whatever they want, and just make sure they're fed, and it's good. But as far as them being something else later and having stuff, that could be an issue. So easy now is harder later. Harder now is easy later. And I think that equates to both children. So the harder on them you're on now and getting those things in, even if it doesn't make sense, getting them to discipline themselves now, it makes it way easier when they're adults and handling whatever they come at you with or when they go out in the world. Great. But as far as like even for like working out, people running, working out, whatever you're doing, starting doing the stuff now, like get into it now, get that conditioning started, get consistent, and then running will be easier. Then running's fun.
No,
Or
it's not.
working
It'll
out's
never
fun.
be fun.
I
But
know,
I get what you're saying. Yes,
but, you know, like
100%
but you
agree
can
with that.
do it easier,
100% agree.
You know,
The harder, and I say the same thing, man. Like, because I don't bully my kids, but Brian says I bully my kids, and I'm just like, listen, if I bully them,
Yeah.
nobody can bully them.
Absolutely.
Because I know I'm the biggest bully. Like I can be a bully sometimes.
You're not
But-
you're not a bully, but you can bully
Yes.
at a high level.
Yeah.
So
So
can I, yes.
and it was growing up the same way. My dad, like he was very hard on us. He was very
Yes.
because you do it right. Do it right
Mhm.
once instead of wrong twice.
Yeah.
Right?
But it was always in logic.
Yes.
Like he wasn't
was-
doing it to bully you.
No.
He was doing
No.
it to be like, hey man, I want you to see it the way I'm seeing this
Yes.
because this is what.
And it was the
makes sense.
same
Anyway.
all of life. Dude,
Mhm.
all of life. You know, you do it, get it done the right way.
Mhm.
Right? You know, the old adage, it's better to do one push-up right than 100 push-ups wrong.
Sure.
Right? You get more from the right. Okay?
Mhm.
So 100%, man. I like
Yeah.
that one. You
All
know?
right.
Hard
It's
now,
quick and easy. You
hard
know.
now, easy later.
Absolutely.
Hey, put it in.
Oh.
Get it in. Wink.
What if you're hard now?
Oh God, I can't.
ADHDad. 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 Yeah.